Have you ever felt that soul-crushing ache of being forgotten? Of pouring your heart and spirit into a connection, only to watch it dissolve as if it meant nothing? What if you could do one simple thing, just once, that would make you so unforgettable he would never even glance at another woman again? This isn't a cheap trick or a cliché line that plays with feelings. This is a profound psychological trigger, a secret hidden deep within the male unconscious, discovered by the legendary psychoanalyst Carl Jung. There are moments that don't just happen. They are saved. They leave a permanent mark on a man's soul. In this video, I will pull back the curtain and reveal the exact detail that changes everything, transforming you from a fleeting moment into a fixed idea, a living memory he can never escape. Before we unlock this power, I need to mention something important. A huge number of you who find solace and strength in these videos haven't subscribed yet. If you feel a connection to this message, take a second right now to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Don't let an algorithm decide when you get to see a video that could fundamentally change your connections. And as we embark on this journey together, I want to see how far these powerful teachings are reaching. Let me know in the comments what part of the world you're watching from, so we can see how far Carl Jung's wisdom is traveling to help us all. And while you're there, please press the like button to help spread this message to others who need to hear it. Now, for those of you who are ready to create a genuine, deep mental connection that goes far beyond the physical, a man can forget a touch, he can forget a perfume, but what he can never erase is the emotional intensity of a moment that truly touches his unconscious mind. This is where you create an emotional footprint. It's not about doing too much. In fact, the biggest mistake most people make is trying to get attention with exaggerations or emotional drama. It's about doing something profoundly different. That might get attention for a moment, but it passes quickly. It's forgettable. The woman who truly leaves a mark is the one who manages to unite three things. 1. Something unexpected, a different attitude, an unusual detail, something that makes him stop and think, "I've never experienced this before." 2. Real emotion. What he truly feels by your side is not what you say. It's the energy you emanate, what he perceives in silence. 3. An image that gets engraved, when that moment with you becomes almost like a movie scene in his mind, something that repeats from time to time, without warning. And yes, all of this can be created consciously. You don't need to depend on luck or chance. But first of all, comes the key question. Do you know who you really are? Are you aware of your energy? Do you know the impact it has? Don't worry, there's no need to be scared. This is the beginning. You are in the right place, and little by little I will show you how to access that power that is already inside you, just waiting to be used. If you really want to stay in a man's head, it's not enough to simply be present by his side. It is necessary to know how to conduct the moment with sensitivity, with that presence that is not forgotten. Behind the strong image that many men try to project, there is still that sensitive inner boy waiting to be seen. And when a woman manages to reach that part of him, she becomes simply unforgettable. The psychologist Carl Jung once said something very profound. Whoever does not confront their own shadows ends up living those shadows as if they were their destiny. Do you know what this means? That if he has not yet recognized what he feels, it is possible that you are the one who ends up awakening that in him without effort, just with your presence. And that is precisely why, when he is near, it is not just another encounter. It is a kind of awakening. But how does this happen in practice? It's when he feels that you understand him, even when he says nothing. When you look him in the eyes and in silence capture everything that is happening inside him, and without any drama, you walk away with a subtle elegance, as if nothing special had happened. If you are here listening to all this, it's because you are not like most people. Most people would have stopped halfway, but you stayed. This shows that inside you, there is something different, a deeper curiosity, a real desire to understand what happens in the male universe. And maybe, just maybe, this is the beginning of that inner transformation that you have been looking for a long time. And now it's time to keep that flame lit. If you want to continue deepening these reflections and grow with content like this, I am here in each new video, always with you. Now tell me, What do you think really stays in a man's mind after a memorable moment with you? Will it be the touch, the smile, or just the physical part? The truth is that for most men, what has the most impact is not the touch, but that which moved their mind. Because the body can forget, but the mind, it never forgets. And this is exactly where you can stand out, when you don't just deliver the physical, but you touch something deeper that he didn't even know was there. That's how you play on another level, and you win. Jung also said that we seek in the other what we have not yet found within ourselves. That is to say, if in your presence he begins to feel things he can't even name, if he perceives sensations he had never felt before, he starts to see you in a different way. You stop being just another woman and become a reflection, a mirror. And whoever sees themselves in a mirror never forgets what they saw. That is why so many women say that after intimacy, the man changes, becomes cold, disappears. But the truth is that many times there was no connection beyond the physical. Nothing was left in his mind. Now, if you plant a doubt, a curiosity, a nameless sensation, he will start to wonder what that was. And the more he tries to understand it, the more tied to you he becomes. And don't think this is out of your reach. That connection is born in the details, in the way you avert your gaze at a key moment, in the tone of your voice that changes subtly, in the energy you transmit even without touching him. These details leave traces. They are recorded as sensory and emotional memory in his unconscious. The truth is simple. Many women get close, few leave a mark. A man only stays when, in addition to desire, he feels the urge to decipher you. But this has nothing to do with games. It has to do with depth. Because when a woman has depth, she doesn't just conquer a man's body. She touches his mind. And that is rare. Have you ever wondered why some men simply disappear after intimacy? Perhaps the truer question is not why he disappeared, but what I made him feel. If you provoked in him a confusing sensation, something he can't explain, he won't be able to forget you easily because that will remain there, hammering away, demanding answers, and no one abandons what they are still trying to understand. Many men have difficulty putting into words what they feel, but the thought that remains in the back of their mind is, that woman was different. Not because you did something grandiose. Sometimes it was just a word said at the right moment, or the silence. That second of silence that said more than 1,000 phrases. Jung also said that we live our unconscious through the experiences of the world. That is, what he experienced with you could have been, without him knowing it, the answer to a part of himself that he was ignoring. And if you become that mirror, that reflection of something he is still trying to discover, you create a bond much stronger than any other. A bond that is not undone by time, because it is not a bond with your body, but with his own soul. There are things that happen, but stay in the mind. A relationship may even end, but what truly left a mark remains. A man can move on with his life, meet other people, change cities, but he never forgets a woman who left a deep impression, the one who stayed in his memory, not for her body, but for her presence. Therefore, do not try to force a connection. Awaken thought. Do not insist for him to want to see you. Provoke curiosity, because a woman who awakens real interest, who makes a man wonder about her, that woman is never forgotten. She is remembered without effort because she plays with his imagination. Some women enter a man's life in silence but leave an echo that never fades. They don't need to say much because their presence speaks for itself. Without words, they are capable of disarranging his thoughts, of touching places he didn't even know existed. And the most intriguing thing is that he feels something strong, but he can't explain exactly what. After intimacy, it is common for many men to pull away, thinking they have already experienced what they wanted. But if you were more than what he expected to find, if you were not just a memory, but an unanswered question, then the story doesn't end there, because the human being cannot detach from that which they are still trying to understand. And that is where the power of mystery lies. If he is still trying to decipher you, it is a sign that he is still connected to you, and not just physically but mentally, and that carries much more weight than any superficial attraction. Carl Jung said something that makes perfect sense here. The true connection occurs between souls, not between bodies. And when that dance between souls happens, you cease to be just a woman. You become part of his emotional journey, a turning point, an encounter that transformed something inside. And that type of experience has no substitute, because most people pass by, offering only a moment. But when you really see who he is, when you truly connect, you become unforgettable, even if you never say another word. When a man experiences something memorable with a woman, he doesn't just keep her image, he keeps the way she made him feel, the scent, the tone of voice, the energy. Everything is recorded, but what really remains is the emotion that all of it awakened. If that night, being with you, he felt more than attraction, if he felt accepted, strong, admired, then you became much more than a memory. You are no longer just a woman he desires. You have become a reference point, a moment in time that forever separates his life into the before and the after you. You now understand the profound secret. It's not about trying to fill his emptiness, but about becoming the light that helps him see his own soul with clarity. In doing so, you become an irremovable, fundamental piece of his evolution, and that can never be forgotten or replaced. At this level, no other woman will ever be sufficient, because you didn't just touch his body. You reached the very intimacy of his soul, and while bodies may leave, the soul keeps everything that truly matters. The question is no longer if you can be the type of woman who leaves a permanent mark. The question is, who will you become now that you hold this power? Understand that the answer is not in his opinion of you. It is in the profound reality of who you are. It is in your power to make a man feel seen, strong, and respected. The great secret is this: create emotional memories that make him feel radically free and accepted for exactly who he is, without masks, judgments, or demands. If he has felt this with you, the bond is sealed. He will never forget you. If this message resonated deep within your soul, show it by hitting the like button now. For our final reflection, I want you to comment below with the one single word that describes the emotional footprint you will choose to leave from this day forward. Let's fill the comments with power. And finally, a surprising number of people who find these videos transformative are not yet subscribed. Do not let the algorithm hide the next crucial piece of this journey from you. Hit subscribe and turn on all notifications, because what we have uncovered today is only the beginning. You do not want to miss what is coming next.